It's conference championship week, and it's Friday, and I'm watching Troy versus James Madison as we speak. It's 1 minute and 6 seconds into the first quarter. There's a 3rd and 11 for Troy, and the guy dropped it. Good play by the defender, number 32. All right, here we go. I'm doing my picks and my playoff prediction right here in this video. At 7 o'clock on Friday, we have this game going on right now. I'm trying to get this done because Michigan hockey has one hell of a game versus number 3, Michigan State. 1 versus 3 in that matchup here tonight on the Big Ten Network. I will be doing a reaction to that. Win or lose, it's got to be a win. But I'm a Michigan fan. Friends don't let friends be State fans. They just don't. But I digress. Troy is 8-4. They're at number 25, James Madison, who is 11-1. They will be 12-1 after they win this game. They have to win this game to get into the college football playoff. Even if they win, they could be left out depending on what the ACC does. All right, at 8 o'clock tonight as well on Friday night, number 24, North Texas, who is 11-1, is playing number 20, Tulane, who is 10-2. The winner of this game is in the college football playoff. I will pick North Texas because they were in the resume ranking for the majority of the weeks out of the American. They have the better resume. Are they the better team, though? We'll find out tonight. But I'm going to stick with North Texas just to be an outsider. And, man, wouldn't that be awesome? James Madison and North Texas in a college football playoff versus the big boys. Anyway, then at noon, on Saturday, number 11, BYU, gets a rematch versus number 4, Texas Tech. Both teams are 11-1. BYU shouldn't have to win to get in my opinion. And according to the resume ranking, they're number 3 in the nation. But I think this committee will leave them out if they lose this game. And that's exactly what I think is going to happen. Texas Tech is going to sweep BYU. And they're going to make it into the championship, the playoff. And BYU is left out. At 4 o'clock, the SEC title game. Number 3, Georgia, who is 11-1, versus number 9, Alabama, who is 10-2. I think Alabama completes the sweep. It's in Atlanta. It's almost home field advantage for Georgia, but we know that Alabama travels and other fans will go to that game because it just means more, right? In the SEC. Alabama completes the sweep so that both of these teams get in. Of course, they will. It's the SEC. At 8 o'clock, big one here. Number 2, Indiana versus number 1, Ohio State. Both teams are undefeated. I don't know if this has ever happened in a conference championship game before where there is 2 undefeated teams and they're ranked 1 and 2. It's 1 and 2. It's in Indianapolis. Come on, Kurt Signetti. Come on, Mendoza. But I don't think that's going to happen. It's in Indiana. It's their best season that they've ever had. But Ohio is going to get the win. Also at 8 o'clock, Duke, who is 7-5, is playing in the ACC championship game. They're playing number 17, Virginia, who is 10-2. If Virginia wins, they're in. If Duke wins, is Miami in? Duke would probably be left out if James Madison wins, like I think. But is Miami in? Is the ACC going to get a team in here if their conference champion is 8-5? You let me know. I got my teams into the playoff based off those predictions. As James Madison is punting already, they're trading possessions here early. I think the number 1 seed is going to be Ohio State after winning the Big Ten title over number 2 Indiana. They're undefeated and they have great wins, quality wins. Number 2 seed for me is Indiana. It's their only loss. They shouldn't be penalized for losing the Big Ten title game versus number 1 Ohio State, even especially if it's a close game like I think it is going to be. Number 3 is the Big 12 champion, Texas Tech. They will have swept BYU. They will have won the Big 12 championship. They also have road victories that are of significance. Number 4, the number 4 seed. Remember, the top 4 seeds get a bye in this. It's not the top 4 conference champions anymore. It's just the top 4 seeds. However, the committee ranks them, and this is how I think they're going to rank them. Number 4 is Oregon. Their only loss is to Indiana, the number 2 seed. And that gives 3 byes to the Big Ten Conference. That never works in college basketball for us, and I don't think it'll work here because now we're going to go through a slew of SEC teams that are going to be able to play the week before versus trash, and then they get to play all these Big Ten teams in a neutral site. Rest versus rust. Rest never helps the Big Ten. It's the Rust Belt. We get rusty easy. Especially, playing in the cold and then you have to go to warm weather all of a sudden. It's a shock to the system. It's not going to work for Big Ten. That's what I'm saying. But these are just the teams that I think are going to get in and where they're seeded. I don't think it's going to be good for the Big Ten this season. Because number 5 is Alabama. After winning their conference championship, they will have swept Georgia. And other great SEC teams were wins for them, both on the road and at home. They would be SEC champs. They're number 5. Numbers with 2 losses. That's the caveat. That's the caveat there. They could be higher, but 2 losses. None of these other teams above them have 2 losses. So we'll see there. Number 6 is Georgia, the team that was swept by Alabama. And that's it. That's their only losses. They were the SEC runner-up. And then Ole Miss. I wouldn't mind if you put Ole Miss ahead of Georgia at number 6 and then Georgia at number 7. That would be okay with me. They won at Oklahoma. They only have the 1 loss. Georgia would have 2. So we'll see there. But then Oklahoma is number 8 for me. They beat Michigan. They won at Alabama, etc. Great resume for the Sooners. They're number 8. And then number 9 is Texas A&M. They beat Notre Dame on the road, and they will have only the 1 loss because they don't play in the championship game. Head-to-head matters at that point for me, which is why they are ahead of Notre Dame at number 10. They're 10-2, Notre Dame is. They have 4 okay wins. I think they sneak into this thing ahead of Miami, who has a head-to-head with an equal record because of those 4 okay wins that Notre Dame has. Miami has the 1 versus Notre Dame, but then what else? What is the ACC? I don't think it's good enough. And then you have to have the 2 group of 5 champions because Duke won, so Virginia's out. And Duke's not going to be ranked high enough to surpass North Texas and James Madison. North Texas is at number 11 for me, the 11 seed. They won the American Conference. They're the 4th ranked conference champion. And then at number 12, James Madison. They're going to win this game right here. And they are going to be the 5th highest ranked conference champion, leaving the ACC completely out of this thing. So you got 3 of 4 of the top 4 are Big Ten. Then the next 5 teams, 5 through 9, are Ole Miss versus Alabama, or Alabama through Ole Miss. Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Texas A&M. That would mean that Alabama would host Texas A&M. That we would have an SEC clash in this playoff for a home game for Alabama here. And then you got Notre Dame and North Texas and James Madison. What do you guys think? It's going to be an amazing playoff. Let's see how these conference championship games shake out. But if it goes the way I think, that's how I think the playoff will go. So there you go. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Have a great day. I'm going to go watch hockey now. I'm going to watch these 2 football games tonight, but number 1 versus number 3. Stay tuned for that reaction.